Hi, welcome. My name is John Sowash, and I'm a teacher and school administrator in Michigan. And today I want to give you a brief overview to the flipped classroom. Here we go. Now, the traditional model of instruction typically goes something like this. A teacher, professor, stands in front of a large group of students and gives a lecture. This lecture can last anywhere from 20 to 60 minutes and covers everything a student should know. Then the teacher does a few practice problems to illustrate the lecture, perhaps some math problems that are supposed to be exemplary of what a student should be able to complete. They then send the student home with homework and problems that they should be able to complete on their own if they were paying attention in class. The student gets home and tries to complete the problem, but more often than not, they weren't paying very close attention, didn't take very good notes, and so they aren't able to complete the problems successfully. In most cases, this results in the student just giving up and being frustrated, or doing the problems wrong and turning them in. In either case, it's not a good situation. Then they go back to class the next day and have some questions, but due to the constraints of time, the professor, the teacher, is only able to answer one or two questions and is not able to spend an extended amount of time helping students to master the material that was covered the previous day. Time requires them to move on to the next topic, and the cycle continues. So the problem overall is that class periods are way too short. There's never enough time for student questions. Students can't get help when they need it, and doing the homework doesn't always lead to mastery of the subject. So I would like to suggest to you that you flip your classroom. It's a pretty straightforward idea. Lectures are recorded via video, and students watch those lectures at home as homework. This prepares them to come to class, and the class time is now reserved for student questions, guided practice, lab time, or specific practice that will help a student to master the material that is being covered. So the idea here is that this arrangement flips the classroom by assigning the lectures as homework and doing homework in class. So how do you get started with the flipped classroom? Well, the first thing you need to do is to pre-record some of your lectures. You want to make sure you keep them as short as possible. Definitely less than 5 minutes is what I would recommend. If you've got a larger topic, break it down into small, manageable chunks. Record those lectures, post them somewhere where students can easily access them, such as YouTube or iTunes. And then I also recommend that you provide a guided notes for the students to take as they watch the lectures. You must make sure that you explain the flipped classroom model to your students so that they understand why you are doing this. The whole purpose is so that they can ask questions. You have more time to address their needs during the class period. After you've recorded your lectures and explained the process to the students, you also need to plan what you're going to do in class now that you're no longer lecturing. This is a great opportunity to do hands-on work, extra labs, or extra practice that illustrates whatever concept you're trying to explain to the students. Finally, I always encourage teachers to seek feedback from students to see if this is working for them or not. You will need to make some tweaks and adjustments over time, but I think this model will benefit both teachers and students. Make sure you check back to read my follow-up post on 5 tools that will help you flip your classroom.